What's going on YouTube? My name is Andrew, aka the Black Dragon. This is Black Dragon Studios, and this is iPlay Raid Shadow Legends. Today's video is going to be a complete guide on how to get through Spider's Den, one of the toughest dungeons in the game if you don't know what you're doing. It's one of those places you can't just go in and start throwing nukes and, once you hit Spider's 17, everything changes. It goes from you can go in there and just throw nukes to you have to employ a little bit more of a strategic approach to killing the spider and their spiderlings, because at that point they become much tankier and much more difficult to nuke. Nuking's no longer the optimal strategy here. I guess it just depends. Like, if I was to, give some advice on this level, I've gotten up to 25 myself, and I've been playing the game for 59 days now. I've been playing this game for, so I don't have a whole lot of champions. This is my champion pool at the moment. See a few legendaries scattered in there. Two of them I haven't even started working on yet. I just left them there because they're both arena champions, so I don't want anything to do with them at the moment. But yeah, so that's my champion. Not a whole lot of spider content here throughout these champions. So I guess there's a lot to know about Spider. There's a lot to know. We're gonna go through 𝓑𝓵𝓙𝓬𝓬𝓸𝓷. We're gonna go through 𝓑𝓵𝓙𝓬𝓬𝓸𝓷's abilities here on Spider 16. So this is the last stage where we can actually nuke the spiders. Before it just basically becomes a non-employable strategy. So I'm going to put in Kayle, who does AoE obviously, Luthia, who does AoE decreased speed, and Venus, who has 2 AoEs, and Mazo Mage for cleanse, heal, and increased defense, and Rector Jarath with heals and revive. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm more of a hands-on kind of guy, so I'm just going to go right in here and show this strategy. This can work from stages 1 through 16. Affinities aren't really super important at this point, but we'll get into that more once the affinities start really having effect. So essentially what I have as my lead is someone doing this job right here. Decrease defense and weaken, which decreases their defense by 60% and weaken 25% extra damage from all damaging abilities. So it's a really good to have both of them together. But I would just have decreased defense on if I can't get the weaken. Decreased defense is actually better if I just had to pick one. So go ahead and start off with that. Now, Rector's a very fast champion, and she's going to now veil my whole team, which gives them 15% less damage while veiled. And that's going to last for either 2 or 3 turns on each person. And while under veil, they can't be targeted by single target attacks unless they're all veiled. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now Kale's going to come in with his AoE here and probably not even kill all the spiders, to be honest, but pretty darn close. Kills most of them off. So they're getting pretty strong here, as you can see. Now, I'm not saying that you have to use these champions, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But this is just kind of the strategy, and there's a lot of different champions that can do this sort of a job. So, really what I would advise here from 1 through 16 is 3 nukers. Preferably on 3-turn cooldowns, not like 6-turn cooldowns or 5-turn cooldowns. Ninja's not good against Spider unless you're manualing, because he will only target the boss with his AoE. Pretty useless, in my opinion. Okay, so 3 nukers, lots of debuffs on the spider, mother spider especially, and then a couple of guys that can keep them alive, keep the train rolling. So Mazo's going to put up increased defense, increased crit rate, and block debuffs for 1 turn. A lot of times I will forget that Mazo Mage has block debuffs. He also has lasting gifts on his masteries on the support tree, so he has a chance of giving them all an extra turn on each of their buffs. And he's going to give them 3 buffs, so that's a lot of triggers. Yeah, see, 1 went off there, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 2, 2, 2. This one right here is block debuff, so block debuffs for 2 turns is really good against spiders because now they can't poison me. And now with this final attack, I'm going to put the nail in the coffin. 𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓬𝓬 is a really good champion, an epic champion that can she actually has a 100% chance of placing this because this numbing poison is fully booked. I've never seen her not land it before, so I don't know why it says 75%. And 30% decreased speed is going to slow down the spider, which I think is better than increasing the speed of our team because all of my guys are fast, so the speed increase buff will just wear off on my guys. So what I want to do instead here is decrease the speed of the opposing team, you know, and it'll last longer. So here we go. Okay, well, the decreased speed did not land on the spider, so that's pretty bad. Let's just say for argument's sake that it did land on the spider. The spider would be going a lot slower and we would be going at like a 4 or a 5-to-1 ratio. But anyway, I kind of ate my words there, I know, because I just said I've never seen her not land it. It's a rarity. It's a rarity for her to not land that. Her accuracy is very high. And look at Kale, his cooldown on his AoE. He's going to be getting it back next turn. The nice thing about Kale is that when he does this AoE, each time he kills an enemy, it fills his turn meter by 25% with this attack. So it's a really good attack on a 3-turn cooldown. It does a lot of damage. So right now I'm just going to use his Disintegrate. So he just attacks 4 times at random. And it's just not a very good attack. We're just kind of cycling back around to the Acid Rain. Now this can be done on auto too. That's the nice thing about this. Another thing I will mention, Luthia has Lifesteal Gear, which really helps keep her alive. Lifesteal Gear on any AoE champion in Spider is a really good idea. and Mazo Mage also has lifesteal gear and War Master as a mastery, so when he uses his attack against the Mother Spider, he can gain all his life back with one hit. So anyways, here what I'm going to do now is Burning Passion, which is it's an AoE that places HP burn, and you'll see this coming into its comfort zone through stages 17 to 25. This is going to be the main attack that kills the spider and does the most damage. So any HP burn champion, but we have not got there yet. Let's just worry about these spiders first. And the nice thing about 𝓬𝓸𝓷 as well is she has decreased attack. So she has high accuracy to land the decreased attack on the spider. And see, we've just landed it on the spider. So right now, let's go ahead here and talk about a little bit about what just happened. Okay, so instead of reading all this, basically what this says is at the beginning of the match, she's going to spawn 6 spiderlings. At the start of each enemy champion's turn, she's going to spawn 2 more spiderlings. Up to a maximum of 10 spiderlings can be on the battlefield at one time. At the start of her turn, she's going to spawn 2 more spiderlings. Or at the end of her turn, she's going to spawn 4 more spiderlings. At the beginning of her turn, she's going to eat the spiderlings. If she eats the spiderlings, she will not eat the spiderlings on the following turn. She will take a break. She's full. She's digesting the previous spiders, and we're just waiting, and we start hammering the damage. Now, wow, she eats the spiders, not a big deal. Whatever. Yeah, it is a big deal, because she's going to gain 3% of her max HP every time she consumes a spiderling, and she's going to get a 10% attack increase every time she eats a spiderling. Lifesteal artifacts will only heal for 35% of the stated amount, which means about a 70% heal reduction from lifesteal gear, but it averages out because there's so many spiderlings that we're going to be doing so much AoE damage that and War Master is going to be doing so much damage to the mother spider that this isn't really going to matter a whole lot anyway. Oops, I really screwed up there. Actually, I didn't screw up all that bad. I missed an AoE with Kale there. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. Now this can just be autoed right from the beginning. I don't need to touch no buttons. We may end up losing this one if we don't land a decreased speed on the mother spider, or we probably will end up losing this one, because that's what 𝓑𝓬𝓷 is in there for. She's in there specifically to decrease the speed of all the spiders. So when she does land that, it makes the matches go so much smoother than when she's not in there. Now I opted to go with her over a speed lead because she also does damage as well, and she does a healthy amount of damage even still when the spiders are at level 200. She would be able to finish off, like if she did her AoE right now, she would be able to finish off like 5 or 6 of those spiderlings. You know, that makes a huge world of difference when we're talking Spider's Den. Now, The rewards are the same from stage 13 to 19. They're all 4 to 6 star gear. But where the rewards actually start increasing, you get more 5 and 6 star gear, is at stage 17. I know it sounds weird, but that's just how it works. So the goal is obviously to be able to at least, to get as high as possible to get at least to stage 17. The milestones would be, I guess, I think stage 10, where you can start farming 4 to 5 star gear or something like that. And then stage 13, where you can start farming 4 to 6 star gear. But if you really want to start farming the better end of 4 to 6 star gear, stage 17 is where that starts to creep up. And then if you want to start just farming 5 to 6 star gear, we want to make our way to at least level 20. But if you want to farm the best of the best 5 to 6 star gear, then you want to go to 𝓑𝓫25, which is the highest level of all. I'm going to show you in this video today how to do all that with very little champions to select. I'm sure I'm not alone on this, that there's a lot of people out there like me, because I've only been doing this for a day. I was stuck on 𝓑𝓫13. It was my worst den. And I looked through my pool of champions and I just threw some together and I said, these guys might do okay here. And lo and behold, I made it all the way up to 𝓑𝓫25 without changing any of the gear or anything. Just improving the gear that I already had on by rolling it up or whatever. That's pretty much all I did. Or change out a few pieces, like for, change out a few of the amulets or whatever, and I was able to make it up and consistently defeat the boss. So as you can see here, the team's not really, they're not really doing that well, but they're managing to stay alive. They're managing to maintain their health because of the heals of 𝓑𝓫, the revives, and the damage reduction and heals of 𝓂𝓠𝓭. The spiders they just don't really, as long as they don't kill 2 of our champions at once, they don't really have enough firepower to take out my team here. So we're just going to whittle down the spider a little bit more each time until she's dead. But if you can believe it, this team here actually takes longer on spiders. This is stage 16. Then I will take on 𝓑𝓫25 because of the way that we're going to be doing damage is a little bit different. Another thing I will mention too, the spiders tend to go for the champion with the least amount of HP on your team. So whoever that is, that's who the spiders are going to be going for. Now if it's close, they'll go for the weak affinity. So if it's green affinity spiders, they'll go for force affinity champions. If it's magic affinity spiders, they're going to go for spirit affinity champions. So still haven't been able to land a decreased speed on the boss. But even just landing it on the spiderlings is really helpful at this point, because we do not want the spiders to act. We do not have any HP burn triggers, really. It's not our main strategy. It does do a little bit of damage, as you can see there. The HP burn is taking from the spiderlings. Every time they take an HP burn, it burns the mother spider as well. But it's not enough. It's not good enough because they're too weak, and it's easier to just kill them all and continue to kill them all instead of doing the HP burn strategy just yet. I'm sure it could work. I'm not saying it couldn't work, but what I'm trying to say is generally if you're farming stage 1 through 16 of Spider's Den, your champion pool is probably not even half of what I have right now. So you're probably not going to have a team that can do Spider 25. I just happen to have it because I haven't looked at Spider's Den in probably 3 months. I've been stuck and I said, you know, I'm just gonna go do other things. And then I just did a lot of farming and farmed some gear and farmed some champions and opened some shards and, you know, that kind of thing. And I revisited it later on down the road, so that's something that you can do as well. Now, I have one of the most underrated and under-talked about champions for Spider 20 through 25, and I'm going to be featuring him in today's video. And I'm not going to say who it is just yet, because I'm sure you won't be able to guess. Type below in the comments right now if you can guess who's going to be, not Venus, because you already know that Venus is going to be in there, but the real all-star, the actual all-star, the underrated champion. Who is it going to be? Type it in the comments right now, and we'll see if you are right in about 5 minutes from now. See, this run here on Spider 16 is taking quite a while, but I wouldn't even be farming Spider 16. I would be doing 13. So this run would be done by now. I would have gotten my 4-star piece of crap ring, and I could just move on with my life, but I'm just showing you all that it can work. This strategy can work up to stage 16. So now those HP burns are just going to finish off the match here, and we're going to be moving right along. Easy peasy. And there's my crappy 4-star ring. No, it's actually a pretty good ring, man. We got a attack ring with attack percent, defense, and HP percent. So it's actually not too bad. If it rolls up triple attack, we got a godly ring. A godly 4-star ring, so. Okay, so that's that. That's that. 1 through 16 right there. Okay. Now I'll show you the gear that I have on my Kale. You see he was doing a lot of damage there. Now the nice thing about the builds that I have is they can be used in other areas of the game too. I have my Kale built out mainly for Arena. He's my Arena nuker, and we can look at his total stats here. 27,000 HP, 3,200 attack. I'd like to get his attack up a little bit more, but that's pretty decent actually. 2,000 defense is not bad on an Arena nuker. 199 speed, which is actually pretty good. 96 crit rate. And his AoE gives him an extra 15% crit chance on that attack, so his crit rate is fine. And 167 crit damage is really good. So anything above like 120, like to start, and then just, you know, get it up as much as you can. And, you know, I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. And then his accuracy is crap. I didn't spec a whole lot of accuracy into his build. What I found with Kale is that he is better for damage. He's better for just straight damage, so I made sure to prioritize attack, speed, crit rate, and crit damage, and then everything else is just a bonus. I went with a 4-piece swift parry set, so it's 18% speed, 30% crit damage, and 50% chance of unkillable buff when procced with a fatal hit. So it's a really good 4-piece set. This can be crafted in the forge, and you can get the pieces to craft it from doing faction wars. And you can get the core hammers from clan versus clan or events or tournaments. Really good set. I've got speed boots, attack chest, and crit rate gloves. Attack ring, crit damage amulet. I actually just picked up a 6-star crit damage amulet today with accuracy, so I'm going to be rolling that up, and that will add another, that can be up to 40%. Wow, that's going to add another 15% crit damage onto what he already has. Really nice ring. And then on the banner, I went with an attack banner with speed. And for the masteries, I chose to go with 𝓑𝓵𝓪𝓬𝓴 because my crit damage is high enough now that 𝓑𝓵𝓭𝓪𝓬𝓴 is going to be really good. Each hit has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. So it's basically like Savage Gear, and we all know that Savage Gear is really good, and this actually works really good with Savage Gear. If you happen to have a good set of Savage Gear on your nuker, then 𝓑𝓵𝓪𝓬𝓴 is going to make him disgusting, because this adds 25% into the amount that you're already ignoring. So if you're ignoring 25%, you're now going to be ignoring 50% with Savage Gear. Skills that ignore defense too, like if you got a champion that ignores 50% of the target's defense with a skill, this will now ignore 75% of it if this procs. The major downfall to 𝓑𝓵𝓪𝓬𝓴 is it only procs 50% of the time, but we've crunched the numbers, and 𝓑𝓵𝓪𝓬𝓴, once you get your crit damage to around, I would say over 150%, then it really starts to shine over Executioner, which is like 20% crit damage mastery. This one right here. So, but if you still don't have any crit damage, I would suggest getting Flawless Execution and then just switching over once you get your crit damage to around 150%. Not sure why it works that way, but the more crit damage you have, the better 𝓑𝓵𝓪𝓬𝓴 will be, is essentially what I'm trying to say. I've also, I used to use Kale a lot in PvE, so I went with Defensive Tree on him so I could get Cycle of Revenge. 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit, so it's really good. We'll only increase the turn meter from one hit, even if they hit them multiple times. And Resurgent is really nice too. 50% chance to remove one random debuff from this champion when they lose 25% of their max HP or more from an enemy skill. So it works really good on low HP champions like you. It works good on any champion really in PvE, because there's going to be a lot of times where this is going to proc. Blast Proof is good too. Tough Skin is great. I went with Blade Disciple because I had enough crit rate on him already. So you don't have crit rate, you can go with deadly precision. And then Luthia, I do not have any masteries for her yet. I do have this pretty much booked out. I would book this out. Honestly, she's worth it in the beginning of the game. If you get her right at the beginning of the game. I actually have her on my Fire Knights 20 team as well. She's really good in Fire Knight. So I would highly recommend fully booking out Luthia. If you have no better option, obviously. I mean, this can be booked to a 4-turn cooldown, and then her Ice Shot, which is a 3-hitter, which is why I have her. It's part of the reason why I have her for Fire Knight as well. Can be booked to a 3-turn cooldown and has a chance of freezing, as well as a poison on her A1. Crit rate aura as well, crit rate in dungeons. I never use it though. Okay, let's go into starting the spider here. So the nice thing about stage 17 is its void affinity. So you can go with any affinity of your best champions here for this one. And this is where I would probably go with a team like this. So 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴. If anybody guessed 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴, congratulations, you've won a prize. 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴 is a spider god, man. And I never thought that 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴 would be a spider god. But 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴, you'll see how I have him set up in this video. He's in his clan boss build, and it's very effective against the spider. And then I threw in 𝓑𝓬𝓽, so she's going to increase the speed of my team so I can cycle around abilities faster and just get the run done faster, because everything else is the same though. Now this can be pretty much autoed. It's kind of like, here's the steps to doing dungeons. You want to be able to beat the level, and then you want to be able to auto the level, and then you want to be able to reduce the speed of the run as much as possible. So there we go, we got boost turn meter 15% and increased speed. And so all I'm really going to do here is auto, and then I'm going to target the spider. 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴's AI will target the spider with an HP burn and a weaken. I made sure that Venus waited a turn to put her HP burn down. That way Geo's for sure gets put on the spider. And it was landed. On the spider, so now what's going to happen is every time somebody attacks one of my team, 𝓬𝓬𝓮𝓴 is going to reflect 30% of that damage on. He's reflecting 30% of the 15%. His passive is Stonewall. Reduces damage taken by 15% for the whole team, which is really good. It's out of this world, especially when paired with a Veil that reduces damage by 15%. So do the math, 30% damage reduction while under Veil. Now he's going to be reflecting 30% of that 15% reduced damage onto whoever he put the HP burn debuff on. He has Giant Slayer, so if somebody happens to hit all of my champions at the same time, he's going to hit them equally as many times, and Giant Slayer will do a max HP amount of damage, so up to 3% of the enemy's max HP. And he has lifesteal gear on, so he's going to just gain all his life back. He's the lowest HP champion on my team, so the spiders are going to attack him first. pretty much no matter what affinity. As long as he doesn't have a block debuffs up or a veil, they will target him, and it's just curtains. As long as they keep targeting him, we can stay alive, and the HP burns now will be our main way to kill a spider. And Venus is very high accuracy. Landed her HP burn here on pretty much all of the spiders. So we're off to the races. And Geo has Hex Master as his mastery, so his HP burn and weaken has a chance to extend the duration of the debuffs by 1 turn. As well, when he does his Quicksand Grasp, it fully depletes the spider's turn meter and gives him turn meter equal to what that target lost. It's very powerful when used against the mother spider. But if you don't target the mother spider, he will target a spiderling. So that's the only reason why it's kind of shady. You can't auto it with this strategy unless you have blue stacks, and I will show you how to macro this with blue stacks. So here is the macro manager. You download BlueStacks off bluestacks.com. You record new macro. Now it's recording. You click on the spider. It has to be on auto. You click on the spider, like where the spider would be, and then you click the area where the restart match would be, and you click the area where refill your energy would be. So you click all 3 of those areas and make sure that you're not clicking anywhere that the spiderlings would be. And what'll happen when you save that is it will turn into this right here, and you can repeat it for a duration of, say, 6 hours infinitely until stopped, and then interval between that set of actions I put 1 second, so it's just continuously doing that action over and over again, and then just save it, and then you can just start it just like that and just auto it out like that. It's again not 100% because sometimes the spider will see the spider is now targeted. I didn't click that. That was the blue stacks. But it'll click it off. So it'll be on for like 20 seconds and then it'll be off for like 5 seconds. So it's kind of sucks, but it's really the only way I found to auto with this team. With Geomancer, he's just so stupid. So basically it's Geomancer and Venus. Those are our damage dealers. Venus is going to do twice as much damage as Geo, but Geo is going to prevent 5 or 10 times as much damage as Venus. I would say that Geo would be the MVP if we go ahead here and win this match. And I'll show you the statistics sheet afterward. But you can just watch and see how he operates and how much life he gains back, how much damage he's reducing for the whole team. It's out of this world. I never imagined it in a million years. The tank on the team has 27,000 HP. He has 27,000 HP and I think 3,500 defense. So his statistics aren't even that good. His gear is not even that good, and I'll show you his gear afterwards. Okay, so let's say, oh, I don't want to auto this. I just want to sit here and do it manually. That's fine. You can take it off auto. Or you can just, you know, like whenever it's coming time to place another HP burn on the spider, you want to place the HP burn on the spider when she's down to 1 HP burn counter. Venus's HP burn will never override Geo's because his is for 3 turns. Even without Hexmaster, it's for 3 turns, and hers is only for 2 turns. So if he places his on the spider before she places hers on the spider, he will always have an HP burn on the spider for the entire match, and it just makes the match go so much smoother. The nice thing about Mazo as well is you want to get his accuracy up high if you have Mazo for the block debuffs and increased defense and cleanse guy, because he has decreased speed on his A1. Really good to get that on the spider. And as well, 𝓑𝓬𝓭, you get her for free in the daily rewards. She also has decreased speed on her A1, so getting a decreased speed on the mother spider, I can't stress this enough. That's the only person we want to be getting a decreased speed on from stages 17 through 25 is the mother spider. We want all the spiderlings to be going as quickly as possible so that those HP burns are triggering as often as possible. But I don't have high accuracy on either of the 2 that I just mentioned, so it's kind of unfortunate, but I don't have good gear yet. Working on it. I just picked up a bunch of jewelry that I haven't even really looked through today, so I'm gonna have to go and look through it here later. I just got like 80 new pieces in today, all 5 and 6 star. You know, you can just auto it out. Just make sure that the mother spider is targeted. That's really all that needs to be done. If you want to take it even a step further, wait until somebody really needs it to proc your cleanser's cleanse. Especially Mazo Mage, because right now I think his cleanse is on like a 5-turn cooldown. So that's another reason why you could just turn off the auto for a few turns. Now Geo's Giant Slayer procs are actually doing a lot of damage to the spider as well. But the Mazo thing that I just mentioned, that's not really until like you get up to like Spider 24 and 25 that those little details really start to become a little more important, especially depending on what gear you have on your team. It could mean the difference between winning and losing a match, so. Like for example, if Geo has 5 poison counters on him, but is at full health, Mazo Mage will cleanse him, and it's not necessary. It would be much better served to just use right now on 𝓑𝓬𝓭, because it will give her full life and take off all those poisons. But anyway, so that's stage 17. How easy that is going to be compared to what we're about to go into. It'll be the same pretty much to 𝓬𝓐, but 𝓬𝓐 is now going to be Spirit Affinity. So for Spirit, from stage 20 to 25, I changed the strategy from speed to I throw in an ally protect. And I found Grumbler to be a very good ally protect. I just turn off his A2 heal reduction. Spider's immune to it, so I turned it off. His A1 gives him a 15 or 20% shield. It's really good. Just him for 2 turns. And then his A3, shoulder the weight. It gives him ally protect 25% for 2 turns. He has lasting gifts, so it can go on the whole team for up to 3 turns. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. I need 1 more book for it, and it'll be booked to a 3-turn cooldown. And it gives him increased defense of 30%. So it's actually a really good ally protect for a rare. And that's the nice thing too about him, is that he is a rare. Speed's 171. Accuracy, not important. HP, high defense. His defense is terrible right now. And I put him in a Guardian set, so he'll take 10% of all the damage that the rest of the team takes, and he will gain 10% life at the beginning of each turn. So it's a really good ally protect set. If you want to auto, I've always prioritized Geomancer's Quicksand Grasp, and I've just turned off his A2 because nobody gets buffed. None of the opponents are getting buffed in this matchup, so just turn off the A2. And then prioritize Venus's A3 so that she uses it all the time, and make sure that she opens with her A2. So this is how I've had that set up. I guess you could go ahead and make Geo faster than Venus if you really wanted to, but when you see my clan boss video, you'll understand why I don't really have that. I kind of don't want Geo going faster than Venus because anyway, we'll talk about that later. So yeah, let's start off with 𝓬𝓐. So green affinity. So who's going to be weak here? It's going to be Geo, Mazo, and Rector are all going to be weak here, but they are very tanky and they do amazing things, so I have to use them, and they actually do okay. So it's going to be the same affinity on 𝓬𝓐, so this team will work. The only team that I would change up is when we get to stage 23. That's where 𝓬𝓐 can come back in, because Grumbler is not going to work as well against Force Affinity, so that's the only time that he can come back in, that she can come back in. But this will be the team for every other stage, so a nice simple strategy. Again, just target the boss, make sure that Geo gets his HP burn all the time on the boss, and if we lose the match, it'll be because of really, really bad RNG, where they start like dropping 2 or 3 guys at once. Oh, I chose the wrong team. I can't tell you how much energy I've wasted over the last 3 days trying to figure out a way to fully auto this without having to click any buttons at all, but it's just not possible. Through team setup, obviously, but Geo just refuses to target the spider. If she has either a weak encounter on her or an HP burn already, Even with just one, he just will not target the mother spider. He just refuses to target the mother spider. It's like he just wants to target a spiderling that's gonna die in like half a turn. It's so stupid. I wish they would smarten up the AI in this game, man. Same thing with Armiger. He would be a legendary champion if the team knew how to work into his block revive without killing the target that they're supposed to get the block revive proc on. But again, Hlarium, fix your auto, fix your AI in the game, man. It's so bad. So we got up to the stage 20, and the mother spider is now going to have about, I would say about 10 million HP. 10 million HP. The spiderlings are going to have about, I don't know, 400,000 to 500,000 HP each. So really not, it's kind of impossible at this point forward to employ the AoE nuke strategy. And see Geo just gaining all of his life back there. Really gives the team a breather as long as those spiders continue to attack him. Grumbler's absorbing a lot of damage as well. Now they are going to go for Rector here. That's the worst possible target that they can go for. Because if Rector dies, we're done. Game over. Now Scylla start going for Geo again. Why they do that, I don't know. If they were smart, they would have just gone for Rector and realized that if we kill Rector, the rest of the team is fucked. So, but they don't think that way. They just said, look at Geo. He's Force Affinity and lowest HP on the team. Let's get him. Oh wait, he gains all his life back. Let's get him again. And it just is like this cycle of insanity that repeats itself. And they are going to get Rector here. She's going to go down. But we may have enough damage on the spider to win the match anyways. So this was a really bad RNG match where we are going to win because there's enough HP burn out there right now and the team is still pretty healthy that we are going to win this one. But if she was to go ahead and heal, I would just leave the match. What did we get? A nice little defense ring with attack percent. Thank you very much. I'll just sell that off. Sell that junk. These runs are going to take about 3 to 4 minutes on auto, which is not bad, man. I mean, if you're doing 3 to 4 minute runs of Spider 20 plus. Let's go ahead here in stage 23 and I'll switch out and go back to 𝓬𝓬𝓛 in there. This is a little better of an affinity matchup for me, honestly. A little bit better. I think this honestly would probably be my preferred stage to farm if I could. But I do 25, so. We'll go in here, see if we could squeak out a win. And I'll show you how I would run Mazo Mage to begin the match. Spider does get a lot faster at this point as well. And she resisted. Not sure why. Geomancer's accuracy is like 240, so it's crazy that she would resist that. But anyway. He does have plan B. If plan A for gaining life doesn't work, he does have plan B, which is his AoE A1, which attacks everyone. So he's guaranteed to get full health off that. There's no way, unless you get the worst RNG in the world. Giant Slayer has a 30% chance of proccing, so there you go. 30% on each individual target, so. Now, I would actually use Mazo's Cleanse here because Geo doesn't have an attack coming up for a while, and I don't want him to go down. And now it can be full autoed from here, because anything that they're going to do from this point forward, I would probably be doing it myself. So Geo still went down because just that's the way life goes. And now we just have to hope that he doesn't go down a second time. Give us a little bit of time here, Spider. We really, really need... Oh. R.I.P. I don't think we're going to win this one. That was just really bad RNG, man. He misses, he missed his HP burn, and that's what happens, man. When you miss your HP burn with Geo, this is what happens. So there's no way I'm winning that one under any circumstances whatsoever. The build solely relies on Geo to land that HP burn at the beginning. That's how important it is. Because every time that those spiderlings hit him, he needs to gain life, you know, so... they just do too much damage at this point. I don't have a shield champion. If you have a miscreated monster, he would come in and replace 𝓬𝓸𝓷 here. He would give your team a lot of shield, pretty much full shield. So the HP burn's pretty consistent though. It's booked out fully right now. It's supposed to be 100%. So I don't know how he misses it, how he gets it resisted. He hits it on Spider 25 like 90% of the time, if not more. I don't know how it gets resisted. It should not be getting resisted. The veils can kind of screw things up too, like sometimes the wrong champion is unveiled, and it works against you where the spiderlings will kill off 𝓬𝓸𝓷 in one fell swoop, or they'll kill off Venus before I can get a chance to place the HP burns. So lots of bad things can go wrong with this team. It's not a foolproof team. It's just a basic, get in there and grind team. It's not going to be 100% success rate, but it's going to give you a quality chance of getting just 5 to 6 star gear and not have to worry about getting 4-star gear anymore. So it is possible at 59 days into the game. It is very possible to have 𝓬𝓐 pretty much full auto with the right champions. HP burn is a must. That's the only way that we know of to kill a spider at this point. From stage 20, because of this right here, Almighty Strength, damage from skills that scale on enemy max HP cannot exceed 10% of the boss's max HP when hitting the boss. So people like 𝓘'𝓿𝓮 and Royal Guard and Septimus, they're all going to be completely irrelevant from spiders once Spider starts getting Almighty Strength as a passive, which I think is like Spider 20. I think it's Spider 21 to 25, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so they've went ahead and killed off my whole team again. There's nothing I can do about it. I really don't think that the speed strategy is honestly the best, and I'm just showing why. I don't think it's the best thing to go with. I honestly think it's Ally Protect. If anything's gonna work, it's gonna be Ally Protect. Because 𝓬𝓐 just doesn't, she's doing a job that really doesn't do a whole lot from my perspective. If our main goal is to keep 𝓬𝓬𝓪𝓬𝓴 and Venus alive, 𝓬𝓐 does not help with that strategy at all. So I wouldn't really use 𝓬𝓐 in the 20 stages of in the 20 plus stages of ℏ𝓫𝓙. Now what you can do, another good strategy too that I've found, is 𝓬𝓬𝓪𝓬 can now place an HP burn on a spiderling. When he's placed an HP burn on the main spider, you can place it on another one of these spiderlings and he'll always be at full health. Now, my main hope now is that the spiderlings will focus on Grumbler and will focus on 𝓬𝓬𝓪𝓬 and keep their hands off of Rector, Venus, and Mazo. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. Yeah, see, that was a bad time to do the veiling, because Mazo just wasted his cleanse and now he's gonna die. But Geo's gonna be coming off Veil before anyone else on the team, so they'll have to attack him. And that's never a good thing for the spiders. And another thing I like about Grumbler is He is protecting the team from those AoE hits from the Mother Spider that start to do a lot more damage at this level. And I think, you know, a lot of people said, oh, Grumbler, they grumbled over Grumbler. Grumbler is really good, man. Now what I might do here, just to kind of make sure that I win, I'm pretty sure that I have enough damage on board right now to just win. I'm going to make sure that Geo can fully deplete the target's the Mother Spider's turn meter, and I'm going to make sure that Rector revives Grumbler. Oh, I'll just gain all my life back. Thank you very much. Again, I can't stress this enough. Those spiders have to continue attacking Geomancer. Unfortunately, he's gonna die. He's lost his HP burn buff somehow, and he's gonna go down. But I think we got enough HP burns on the board right now to finish the job. Nope. Close, but see, that's what happens, man. Whenever Geo loses, I don't know how it happened. He somehow lost his HP burn on the spider. It's over at that point. Generally, it's very easy to keep on. I'm not sure why this keeps happening. But that stage 23 is the one that's going to give me the most trouble. Stage 25 is actually a really good affinity for Force Champions. So it's the perfect affinity for this particular squad. You know, it just is. Geo got an extra block buffs counter on from 𝓂𝓲, so he is now taking no poisons, which is really nice. It is on a 4-turn cooldown, though. I would like to get that. I would like to get that. I would like to get that one to a 3-turn cooldown. I just need one more book on him to do that. Like, this team's only like 75% done. When it's 100% done, booked out, and all that, I think it will be a 100% success rate. Once Grumbler gets his ally Protect to a 3-turn cooldown, and 𝓂𝓲 gets his increased defense and block buffs up down to a 3-turn cooldown, and his Winds of Purging down to a 4-turn cooldown, I think that this team will run 100%. And obviously better gear. Now another thing that you can sort of do to stall the spiders as well is, instead of veiling, because right now Rector would normally veil everybody, try to just not veil. That way they have that the way that the option to attack Geomancer is still out there for the spiders. And he does have an HP burn on the spider right now, so we'll just target this one right here. And now I have two of them. I probably should have done it to the mother spider again and decreased her turn meter, but it was pretty low anyway. I wonder what this one will do. I wonder how much. No, it's not going to do any damage. It's probably better to just A1. Yeah, so they are still going to attack Grumbler. Okay, so clearly they're going to still attack Grumbler, so we will heal. That's fine. They'll kill Grumbler, he'll come back with a Veil, and then they'll have to attack Geomancer. This run here is about as good as it's gonna get so far. Now they're gonna come back. They're gonna come right back for Grumbler, so. Which is fine. They, you know, again, as long as they're only targeting Grumbler or Geo, that's really all I care about in this matchup. But both of them cannot go down at the same time. And it's pretty much 100% win. Now, if you have a lot of Spirit Affinity champions, then maybe Spider 23 might be a better option for you. You just kind of got to go with, again, you kind of got to go with your affinity, right? As you can see here, Venus, 8,800,000 damage. Geomancer, 4 million damage, and 700,000 healing. He blew 𝓬𝓬𝓷, the best healer in the game, man. Blew her out of the water. Nearly tripled her healing. And Grumbler even chipping in on the offense with his War Master procs on the spider. 513,000 damage. I kind of want to go through that one more time. Ideally, I would want to get Venus's HP burn on right away, but for this matchup, I have to wait a turn because Geomancer, he absolutely cannot get his HP burn on the spider. If Venus somehow gets an extra counter, because she does have Hex Master as well, So if she gets an extra, if she gets 3 HP burn triggers on the spider, and Geo can only get 3 on the spider, his won't go on. So that's why I do it this way. I was a little surprised, honestly, that a team so bad as this could actually work on Spider 25. I think the only reason that it does work, honestly, because these spiderlings are getting massive, man. They're like, what, level 350 now. I think it's just the affinity matchup, honestly. I happen to get lucky with that, so. And the fact that I was just able to finally get the final book for Venus's HP burn attack yesterday, so it's now down to a 4-turn cooldown, so I think that's pretty necessary. If your HP burn champion can't HP burn at least every 4 turns, then it's probably not going to work. It's not going to be fast enough. See now, right here, I'll stop it here. This is the best spot right here for my team. Everybody else has a Veil, and now they're forced to attack Geomancer, who has Ally Protect, block buffs, increased defense up right now, so. Now, I'm also, right now, even though I have 3 HP burn counters on the spider from Geo, now that we've got the spider right where we want her, I'm going to continue targeting her with Geo's A3 because we want to decrease her turn meter as well. I think that's better. I think he gains enough life and has enough ally protect to not have to worry about HP burning the spiderlings as well. So yeah, I think that's the better route to take here. Now, another thing that I figure could work here with your HP burn AoE champion, Venus is one of these champions that is a good stun set, like a really good stun set, could work on, because if you can get the right accuracy, speed, and defense, and HP, then a stun set would probably be ideal for Venus in this case, because she does have 2 AoEs. One of them is on a 3-turn cooldown, so it's staggered. She's going to be doing 1 AoE every 2 turns. She's gonna do 2 turns AoE and 1 turn not AoE. So she's going to be AoEing 66% of the time, and I think a stun set would be awesome to somehow manage to get on her at some point. Because the HP burns will still trigger, but just the only difference is that the spiders won't be able to attack. Sleep probably not as good, because yeah, stun, it doesn't matter if they take damage while they're under a stun, but if they take damage while they're under sleep debuff, the sleep debuff gets removed instantly. Now those Giant Slayer procs are starting to hit for 60,000. So Geomancer is hitting for, on those reflect damages with proc Giant Slayer, 62,000 per hit. So there you see it. It's just an easy win, man. It's just an easy win on Spider 25. This run went even better than the last one. Look at that. We got a 6-star banner, a Barbarian banner, accuracy banner with defense and speed. Really nice banner, 6-star. So I'm gonna now show you the build. You know me by now, boys. There's nothing fast about my style, and there's nothing fast about explaining builds and things like that in Raid. If you really want to get the full guide, you're gonna want to come to Black Dragon Studios and check out some of my guides, because I'm not going to be dismissing you guys until you got all the correct information. Okay, so Geomancer has a 4-piece lifesteal, 25,000 HP, man. I'm not even kidding you. He just survived about 85 Spiderling hits on Spider 25 with 25,000 HP and 2,900 defense. Yep. 179 speed. Pretty good speed. And then the other thing that's obviously the most important thing is his accuracy. If he's not landing his HP burn, we're not winning the match. It's as simple as that. So it needs to be, God, get it. If you can get all these other stats, get it as high as you can possibly get it. You could never have enough accuracy. I would say go up to 400 accuracy and you'll never miss a hit on that spider. But I obviously understand that most people can't get 400 accuracy. So 250 is a good number to shoot for to start. How I got that is I got an accuracy banner with speed, and a defense banner with a double roll of accuracy, a defense ring with defense percent, speed boots with crap substats, accuracy, 2-piece accuracy, which gives him 40 more accuracy. On the weapon, I got speed, HP percent, and accuracy. And a defense chest with accuracy and defense. And defense gauntlets, really crappy 4-star defense gauntlets with accuracy and defense. On the helmet, I got speed and accuracy. So as you can see, a pattern developing here, accuracy on all the gear pieces. And a defense percent speed on the shield. If I could get accuracy on that too, I obviously would. Another place that you can get accuracy, if you didn't know, is the best way to get it is through playing an arena. Great Hall. This is my Great Hall, and I'm currently going for force accuracy because obviously force is my most used color, and stage 5 will give you 30 more accuracy, so 30 more accuracy on all of your force champions. Accuracy is the most important stat in the game, so you're definitely gonna build your Great Hall up the way that your play style fits. So if you're somehow if somehow your builds don't need any accuracy, I really don't know what you're doing in this game, but you should probably get the accuracy bonuses from the Great Hall, you know, because most builds do need accuracy to some degree. So The masteries, these are clan boss masteries. Again, this is his clan boss build. I have not spec'd anything special for Spider. Just accuracy down the support tree. Into Cycle of Magic, so at the beginning of his turn has a 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill. And since his A2 is turned off, it's always going to be his A3. Lore of Steel, just I took it so that I could get into Hex Master here. Because Evil Eye doesn't work against Clan Boss. Evil Eye is pretty good. It's not really that. It's okay. I mean, it's not that good because he has an AoE on his A1, but into Hex Master Hexer, so that's the one that gives them an extra counter when he places a debuff. And then Sniper, so increases the chances of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. I might go into Spirit Haste instead because he already has 100% on his debuffs. So instead, just go for Spirit Haste and you might get an extra hit or something like that in on the clan boss as a result of that. So, and then obviously right into Giant Slayer for the offensive masteries. You can read it. I'm not going to read it, but you saw what it did. You know, you saw what happened when you put Giant Slayer and Lifesteal gear on Geomancer. It makes him a legendary champion. It makes him better than a lot of legendary champions in the game. So on my other support champion, Venus, I have 4-piece speed and 2-piece perception. So perception gives 5% speed and 40 accuracy, so it's like accuracy gear on crack. And the stats, the sub-stats I was looking for: speed boots, defense chest, defense gloves. These builds will work anywhere in the game, man, even in Arena. I was looking for accuracy and speed on the pieces, and defense percent. I don't care with Venus. I don't care about crit rate, especially with Mazo Mage adding 30% crit rate. I don't care about crit damage with Venus. All I care about is accuracy, speed, defense percent, and HP. So you can see there, 244 accuracy, 218 speed, so she's the fastest on my team, 3500 defense, and 41k HP. She's fully booked. She's not fully booked, actually. I need one more book for her. One more book, and I can get her A2 up to 100% debuff chance. It's at 95 right now because she does have this Sniper Mastery, but once I get it booked fully, I'm going to take off Sniper Mastery and probably take something like Kill Streak. I don't know. Spirit Haste is okay too. I mean, there's not really a good option, but since I already have 100% when I get that final book, this is going to be completely useless. So I don't know, man. Probably just go Kill Streak. It's not even that good on her, but it's better than Sniper. So she got a pretty good build. I mean, I've been working on it for quite a while. Really would like to find a good stun set for her, though. I just question whether I could get enough speed. That's the thing, right? I don't think I could get enough speed unless I got 6-star speed boots and speed on every single piece of gear. I think I might be able to get it up to 218 speed and still have the accuracy and the defense required, and then have stuns on the AoE, which would be absolutely insane. I mean, see, my stun gear is looking pretty pathetic right now. 18% chance to play stun debuff. Pretty annoying when you're using that on spiders. Pretty annoying when it's coupled with HP burn or decreased defense and weaken. It's pretty annoying. It's pretty overpowered. Geo can't get put in a stun set. I was thinking about that too, but he's got to have lifesteal gear, man, or else it's just not going to work. You're probably thinking, how the hell this guy's using Grumbler on Spire 25? He's using Grumbler in Clan Boss. I'm using Grumbler in Clan Boss. Yes, I am. I was testing him out. He actually does okay in Nightmare Clan Boss too. He's got really bad gear, man. Like a 4-star defense chest and Guardian, 5-star HP gloves. I want to get his HP up as high as possible, but still have a little bit of defense too. Speed boots, 2-piece speed, 4-piece guardian. Defense on the ring, defense on the amulet, and accuracy on the banner. I don't know why I did that. I'll probably change that out to either an HP banner, probably a defense banner, so that he takes less damage. Mazo Mage, same thing. Lifesteal gear. The reason I have lifesteal gear on him is because he has War Master, so 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage equal to 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses, which is usually over like 100,000 per hit, so he'll gain back all his life. It's a really solid combination. And trying to get his accuracy up is pretty difficult when your selection of lifesteal gear is as bad as mine, so I sacrificed accuracy and opted to put him in lifesteal gear. And then high defense, he's operating at like 3,300 defense right now. And HP. That's really all it's about, and speed. That's really all it's about for Mazo Mage. Really key, a component. Might of Undeath is one of the best. You can get this ability here from Marked. Increased crit rate, increased defense and block buffs is really all we're looking for. Marked is easily farmable, easily booked, does the exact same thing. With lasting gifts in the masteries, it just makes it so powerful. But obviously, Marked doesn't have the cleanse and the heal. Fills the turn meter as well. If 2 or more debuffs are removed from the ally, it fills each ally's turn meter by 15%, so it's a very overpowered move. Rector Drath. You're going to see her in pretty much every one of my videos for PvE, man. And I even put her in Arena just to show y'all that she can work in Arena. She's a PvE god, man. She's just absolutely and utterly psychopathic when it comes to healing. I got 2600 defense on her. Really low defense. 52,000 HP. I want her to have high HP. Because the higher her HP, the more she's going to heal the team. And the bigger her heals will be overall. 209 speed. I want her going very fast. It's very important. And her accuracy needs to be over 200 in order to get the decreased speed on the Fire Knight. Sorry, the decreased attack on any of the bosses is very helpful. Slowing down the waves is very helpful. That is one thing that cannot be sacrificed, like on Mazo Mage, on Rector. If you want to get into the higher dungeons, Fire Knights, Dragons, Ice Golem, decreased attack is going to be very important in most of your teams. So, especially on Rector Drath, get the accuracy in there. It needs to be in there. Or she's just going to be like doing half of what she could be doing for your team without that accuracy. Doing 2-piece perception. Toxic boots. I just toxic 6-star boots because that's all I had for her at the time. The reason I have them on her is because they had a double roll of defense and I needed to get her defense up. They also had accuracy and HP there. I just wish they were in a different set, but anyways. So, and then a crit shield with speed and accuracy and HP on it. HP gloves and HP chest. Gotta stack her HP as high as possible. For her A2. Heals all allies by 20% of her max HP. So, fully booked out, it's actually 40% of her max HP on a 4-turn cooldown. And then with the masteries, I went into the mastery tree, I went HP. Exalt Death, which is pretty good. Lay on Hands increases the value of heals, so 45% heal. And if they are 40% HP or lower, 55% heal. Whenever the veils come off, increases the turn meter by 10%. She also places continuous heals that can come off as well. If they're under Stun, Sleep, Fear, True Fear, or Freeze debuffs, 70% heal. If under 40% max HP. She's healing out of this world. I cannot stress this enough. Her healing is top of the line. And then to extend the duration of those veils and continuous heals, 15% continuous heals, I might add. Lasting Gifts. Must have on any buffer in the game. And Evil Eye, giving her a chance to... or Sniper, giving her a chance to land that. Didn't go down the accuracy tree. I really think that after testing it out, I got enough accuracy in her. With the Great Hall and all that. I didn't give her any accuracy support because I found through testing that it was much more worth going down the left side of the support tree and getting those extra heals, because you can't get that anywhere from any of the gear. You can get accuracy from the gear. So that's why I've done it this way. Other gear sets she would be okay in is a Guardian set. Really good in a Guardian set. A Stalwart set. Really good in a Stalwart set, actually. Probably better in a Stalwart set than a Guardian set for a lot of matchups, but there's a case to be made for. The problem with a guardian said, as she might take too much damage, which is never a good thing. But anyway, that's really all I got for you guys today. Just work on your builds, continue to farm gear, continue to work on your Great Hall. Oh, I do not want to purchase your void shards. Thank you very much. Okay, I really don't care about my tournament position at the moment. I'm trying to get in here. If you want, I'll leave the referral link to my game in the description. You can click on that link and start playing Raid yourself right now. And if you do that, and you make it to level 50, I will PayPal you $10. That's a giveaway that I have going on the channel right now. And there's still 2 spots available, so if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment in the comment section. And my name is Andrew, and this is Black Dragon Studios. This has been a Raid Shadow Legends video, and I am getting out of here for today because I've had enough of Raid for one day. I've had enough of the Mother Spider for one day. So, peace out.